Welcome to Scare Talk, a horror movie podcast for horror film reviews, ratings, rankings, and rumors. Now for your hosts, Danny, Joel, and Katrina.
All right, this is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Crunchy Katrina.
Okay.
And we've got Jawbreaker Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
All right,
Jawbreaker.
So we're gonna be crunching and jawbreaking with a vampire film called Abigail.
Abigail.
This year, 2024.
Yep.
Joel, can you tell us who is a part of it?
I most certainly can.
All right.
So I will. So this one stars Melissa Barrera. We all know her from Screams 5 and 6.
Oh, we know.
Yeah. A horror movie from a couple years ago called Bedtime Rest. And one that I don't know when it's coming out this year, but it already has, it's called Your Monster. It's already got ratings on IMDb, so people are seeing it. I don't know when it's coming out though. And then we got Dan Stevens. He's Frank. He was in 25 episodes of Downton Abbey, The Guest, and he was Beast in the live-action Beauty and the Beast movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And most recently, he's going to be in Cuckoo. So
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I do too. He was good. And then we've got Alicia Weir, who is our Abigail.
Yeah.
And she hasn't been in a whole lot because she is a child. But she was in a movie called Don't Leave Home, 5 episodes of Darklands, and a Netflix musical, Matilda, the musical, where she's Matilda.
All right.
Which is probably where she gets her ballet dancing and stuff from Abigail.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
She probably has been doing that for a while. This was written by Steven Shields. He did the screenplay, the story, and he was a writer of it. He did 6 episodes of Zombie Bashers,
Nice.
16 episodes of Republic of Telly, 36 episodes of Tim's Tactical Tips, and The Hole in the Ground.
Okay. Well, I've heard of that one.
Yeah. And also Guy Busick. He is a screenplay and the writer for this. He wrote Screams 5 through 7. He is a writer of Scream 7. Ready or Not, 10 episodes of Castle Rock, and Final Destination Bloodlines.
Oh,
that's fun.
Oh. That's promising.
Yeah, he's one of 3 writers of that. So I've liked his work from what I've seen at least of his so far. And then this was directed by Matt Bettinelli, Open, and Tyler Gillette, aka Radio Silence. And they directed Screams 5 and 6, Ready or Not, and Devil's Due.
So, Devil's Due.
I
haven't seen that, I don't think. Okay.
Yeah.
Might have to check that out.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of Scream 6, but I think the directing was fine in that movie.
Yeah.
But Ready or Not, Scream 5, those are good. And then we have Abigail. And we'll see if that's any good. So we have the synopsis. After a group of criminals kidnap the ballerina daughter of a powerful underworld figure, they retreat to an isolated mansion, unaware that they're locked inside with no normal little girl.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of gave away a little bit in that.
Yeah. The underworld, like, who, the parent is.
Yeah.
Kind of gave away a little bit of that.
Well, underworld could mean just, kingpin, could mean just mafia, boss, whatever.
At the same time, like, even when they first kidnapped her, they didn't really know that it was some big, powerful person.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you would assume by how much they're getting paid for the job.
It would be, yeah. That it's
I'm
something
not just
big.
gonna kidnap any random person, random girl. Yeah.
For $50 million.
Yeah. Each.
All right,
Is
so
it each
let's
or is
hear. Oh, I
Sorry.
don't know.
Maybe
total,
it was
maybe
maybe
each.
it was
Yeah.
only 7 million each or something.
Millions and millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see what the critics and the audience so far has thought.
Yes. So, Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes has given this an 83% on the tomato meter.
All right.
Pretty darn good.
Good.
Yeah. And an 86% on the audience score.
Okay.
So pretty good for Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Now, usually the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes and the IMDb score,
Yeah.
are usually pretty similar.
Yeah.
But this time the IMDb is lower. It actually, well, it's not super much lower. When I first looked it up, it was in the 6s, but now it's gone up to 7.1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I mean
it's going
anything
up.
in the 7s or up. The
Yeah.
horror genre
It's
is
good.
Yeah.
horror,
Yeah.
for sure. And this has been out for a little while now, over a week. We're recording this one a little later than we normally would.
Yeah.
So there has been a good amount of time for the score to kind of fluctuate. I think it's going to kind of stay around this range now for a while. So maybe once it comes to streaming and stuff, it might change a little. But
yeah.
So 7.1.
Yeah.
We were all excited about this one.
Yeah.
It looked like a fun movie. The Radio Silence team, we've enjoyed their work, so we were excited about that. But did it meet our excitement? What do you think, Katrina?
For expectations.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Okay.
It met mine. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. There was one obnoxious character, which was clearly supposed to be obnoxious.
Yeah.
And so
Rest
it was
in
like,
peace.
okay, we get that you're supposed to be obnoxious, so like I can give you a pass on that. Definitely didn't add value to the movie, I didn't feel.
Yeah.
But whatever. I felt like it should have been Pete Davidson playing that part. I would have been able to handle the obnoxiousness a little bit more because I do. That's my guilty pleasure. I like Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he would have fit that role pretty well, I think.
Very, very well. Yeah. Some of the banter kind of reminded me of, with him, reminded me of like Pete Davidson in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. But aside from that, like I was super excited. The little girl, wow, she's a good actress.
Yeah. She did pretty good.
She did great.
Yeah.
And it had the fun, the silliness and funny parts, like Ready or Not. I was kind of excited for that Ready or Not kind of style. And that was great. I loved it. It was silly and fun and had some, well, I won't spoil anything, but
yeah.
So Joel, what about you? Did it meet your expectations?
I will say that when we did our most anticipated list, this was an honorable mention because we only knew that it was Radio Silence that were doing this. We had no title. We had
Untitled
Monster.
Universal Monster Movie is what
it's
called.
Yeah. And so this would have been top 3 if we had gotten a trailer for it. Top 3 most anticipated, like easily, of the year. I really liked it. I had a couple of issues with it. But overall, I thought it was really, really good. I will say this, as if I was if I was comparing the Radio Silence movies, it's probably my third favorite of theirs, behind Ready or Not and Scream 5. But that's still like I love those movies, so it's not really saying a whole lot. But it's I don't know if my expectations were just like really high for this movie. That it met it for the most part, but there were definitely some stuff that I walked away with like, okay, that's I didn't feel completely fulfilled, I guess, with this movie, but it was still really good. I still really enjoyed it, and the acting was really good overall. The character what you were talking about he is supposed to be like that. That actor was in Euphoria, I guess, and he also at the end of the movie that was in R.I.P. That was for him because he died last year.
That's what Danny had told him.
Yeah, so I want to just throw that
apparently
out there.
That's kind
Euphoria
of
fans.
Oh, okay. Yeah, apparently that's kind of his personality in
just real life.
Well, I don't know about real life, but like
but in
apparently that's like the character that he plays.
Yeah. So because he was in a movie I watched recently called Your Lucky Day. And he was pretty much the exact same. He was a little more aggressive, like a little more violent, I guess, but his like the way he talked, the way he carried himself, like it was all that same.
Yeah,
for sure. So for me, I didn't have super high expectations. I'm not a big like vampire fan.
Yeah.
And I felt like a little bit like I wish I wouldn't have known that she was a vampire. I wish they would have kept that a little more secret. Maybe it's like there's something creepy about her or something creepy about the place that they're in, but not necessarily show that she is going to be a vampire, because we don't get that until a while into the movie. So I wish I wouldn't have known that. Because I'm just waiting for that. So that's one issue I had with it. But the movie itself, besides that, and one inconsistency, I think, at the end with some of the rules that they kind of set up, I loved it. Thought it was really entertaining. It was way over the top with the gore and the blood, which I'm always down for. And I wasn't necessarily expecting that much. And so that was kind of cool. The vampire stuff was actually done pretty well, as far as how they had her look, and a couple of characters from the trailer it gave away a little bit about a couple of characters in the trailer that I was, again, just kind of waiting for that part. So
the trailer did this is one that the trailer definitely could have been way less. It gave like that one line, where a ballerina vampire. And so it was like, that didn't have to be in the trailer. And I think that line would have hit so much better if it wasn't in the trailer.
Right. And like I said, there's a couple of characters where you're waiting for something to happen to them. At least I was. So I knew, somewhere down the line something's going to happen. But I mean, even all of the spoilers in the trailer, it was witty. It was cleverly written. I liked all the characters. The one, is annoying, but it didn't bother me that much. I thought it was funny. The kills were pretty awesome. Abigail was great. It's just a fun movie.
It is.
I really, basically what you're trying to accomplish with this movie, they did. And whether the trailer gave away things or not, watching it as a movie, not thinking about the trailer, it's very good.
Yeah. Well,
there was one thing though toward the end where I was like, okay, you're breaking your own rule that you kind of set up earlier in the movie, and so there's a plot issue there. But
okay,
yeah,
we'll talk about that in the spoilers.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Cool.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I do. I'm usually of the mindset that I can usually find like I don't if they show too much in a movie trailer, it doesn't bother me like hardly at all. I will say that for the fact that we don't really find out Abigail's a vampire until like 30-40 minutes into this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The fact that they took us on this adventure with them pretty much on the expectation that we're not supposed to know she's a vampire.
Yeah.
And so they definitely shouldn't have
I feel like that was a twist.
That
wasn't a twist. If you saw any of the trailers, it's not a twist.
It's not at all.
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing.
Like right there, full front, like in your face, she's a vampire. While at the same time, taking their time with that, which I would have liked a lot more if we didn't know she was a vampire. But at the same time, kind of speeding up the ending quite a bit with some of the kills that they did. It was like, well, they just died. That's it felt very like uneven at points because first 40 minutes we don't know. We just know that this is a kidnapping plot.
Yeah.
We don't know. We're not supposed to know she's a vampire. And then, their whole cat and mouse game. And she's like, I like to play with my food, like in the middle part there. But then at the end, it just kind of like just speeds up like quick. So I'm like, you could have like taken your time a little bit with the ending and how you kill some of your characters. Some of it's just like, wow, okay.
Well, and kind of deciding, are we wanting to use her being a vampire as a twist? Yeah. And if so, then don't put it in the trailer because you don't put twists in the trailer.
I did like, yes, I was waiting for the vampire time because we knew that was coming. But I did kind of like the lead up to it. Like I wasn't bored with the lead up.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
Clever. It was witty. Melissa Barrera, I thought, did great in this.
Yeah.
I liked learning about all the characters a little bit, and then also not really knowing. They were kind of still suspicious about each other.
Yeah.
And like they didn't know each other, but they know that they're all like here for this job. So they're all kind of shady. They all kind of have a past. And so all of that like intrigue, like the heist movie or kidnapping movies, like this was basically that until so even with that twist being spoiled, I did like the lead up to it.
Well, and there still was another twist in there that we did get.
Yeah, there was some twists and turns.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as always, we're not doing spoilers right now. We're doing spoilers for Patreon only. And there are definitely some spoilers and some things to talk about. Like I said, with some of the plot, there's some kills to talk about. There's a lot to discuss in the spoilers. So if you've seen Abigail and you want to, talk about the spoilers with us, then go sign up on Patreon. But as of now, I think we're ready to rate it and then get into spoilers. So, Joel. You're on the spot.
All right. So this is so far, I think, my favorite horror movie of the year. Yeah. I said I had some issues with it, but that doesn't mean that I still didn't love this movie. So I'm going to give this one an 89.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I've gotten in 90 yet. So
Yeah.
I've gotten close a couple times, but
all right. So Katrina,
I was actually had the same number in mind, and I was kind of going between in my head. Should I do 90? Should I do 89? And I still hadn't really made up my mind yet. But this one really was, I mean, I came out just so excited.
Yeah.
Like, just, this was so much fun. So I'm going to go ahead and do 90.
Okay. Awesome. I'm going to go 91.
Oh
man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going a little bit above. I just had a lot of fun with it. And it's my second, I think it's my second favorite so far this year, because I think I rated Late Night with the Devil a little higher, like by a point or two.
I definitely rated it higher.
Yeah, you did. So, but it's right there. And it's very different, though. It just kind of depends on the mood you're in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, speaking of Late Night with the Devil, we reviewed that, me and Katrina. Joel was not on the episode. So, in the spoilers of this episode, we will get Joel's thoughts on Late Night with the Devil as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little extra something in there.
Glad I watched it last
too
night.
Much time. Okay. Yeah. Was it at like late at night or
was it late night?
It was. I mean, it was pretty much around the time that talk show would have been on. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
But you didn't invite the devil.
I did not know.
All right. So high scores for this one. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. If you have and you want to talk spoilers and you're a Patreon member, then let's talk.
Let's talk.
This has been scary.
All right. So, sorry, Joel. I already said everything.
He already said it.
We'll just move on. All right. See you guys.